Today's video is a little more niche. It is for anyone that likes to cook or even just save recipes. Maybe you're not planning on making it, but you want to save like a famous family recipe to pass down or something like that. But I'm going to show you how to set up a digital cookbook within your notes. It's really, really easy. And tomorrow in the US is Thanksgiving, so I thought the timing was pretty good. Just to kind of show you what this looks like, I'm on my all notes page here. I've got my recipe tag selected. So this is basically my digital cookbook of things that I've saved so far. And if you saw my last video on our AI chat feature, you can actually also use this to chat, and you can just ask it how to make things that you've saved, which is pretty fun. But for this primarily, I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to save some things using our Chrome extension, and even record a recipe while or after you're making it using our voice transcription and the AI assistant. But to start with, the most important thing is that you add this recipe tag to everything. So if I click into this first one here, you can see that I've just got the name of the dish at the top, and then I just included a recipe tag, simple as that. And that means it's just going to show up in that list. And then, this one I've got a video saved because I originally found it from a video, but I customized it. And so I put those in bullet lists below. Sometimes I just save a video. If it's one that just turned out well and I'm not really looking to customize it at all, I will save that. Sometimes there's no video at all, and I'll just kind of save a recipe that I made up. So let me show you how to save some. I think probably the most common place people get them from these recipe pages. So the easiest thing to do here is to use our Chrome extension. So you can toggle it by clicking on this button. So now I've got it saved. And, there's the old, or I guess not old, the new stereotype that these digital recipes are just like painfully long in the beginning. There's just all this nonsense done for, I guess, SEO. And then like finally, 2/3, 3/4 of the way down, you get to the actual recipe. And that's really all I care about. So that's one of the benefits of this system. It will save the link, but I'm only going to highlight the things that I actually want. So let me give it a try here. I'm going to highlight the ingredients and then the instructions on how to make it. And I might actually have to end up deleting that photo out of there, because I don't know, that might get annoying. Maybe I don't actually include all of this, but let's say I want to include it up to here. I'm not going to include the recipe notes. And now let's open it and reflect and see what we've got. So here it is in my notes. You can see that it's got the description, which I can edit. It says type link. I'm actually going to clear that out and replace that with recipe, so it will show up. And if I wanted to, I could go through and, change the formatting because it's a little bit funky how it copied and pasted it in here. But for the sake of this example, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like this. But that's how I add a simple recipe from a blog. Now, let me do another one. This one is a YouTube video on smoked turkey. So I don't think I need to actually show you the video. But this one's kind of the same thing. It's just actually a little bit more simple. I'm going to one click with the Chrome extension so that it will actually save it to my notes. I'm not going to highlight anything because it's a video, and then we can just go see what that looks like. So here's my new saved video. And again, I'll probably want to do some changes. Again, I do this. Whoops, it's autoplaying. Sorry about that. The most important thing I do is change the link to recipe so that it shows up in that link. And the description is basically just ads. So I'm going to clear that out and just say smoked turkey with a brine. And this is also just an absolute mess. So I'm going to clear out the title and just say, I don't know. I could probably just put it in my description. That wasn't a very good description. It was a better title, but you kind of get the point. And if I want to include any highlights, any changes there, I could put them there as well. And I should also mention that within the daily note, it just saves these as the link. So if you want to actually see what day you made this on, you can click into it, go all the way down to the incoming backlink section and see the day that you actually made it, which is kind of nice. Okay. And then the last one that I want to show you is that sometimes I make things up on the go. So if I do that, I will actually just use the audio memo and I'll record a voice note that will transcribe it here in my daily note. And then I have an AI prompt that does it. So if I wanted to select this and type in format recipe, this isn't going to work because I'm, of course, just running it on a little text, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. It basically instructs it to take my voice note and put it into bullet points that includes the necessary information around the order of things I make it in, the ingredients, how much to use, And then of course I have it add a recipe tag for me. So if I want, I can just kind of describe what I do as I'm going or what I did, and it will save it there. And that's pretty much it. Again, the only real important thing is that you include the recipe tag, but I do think this is very, very fun to do because oftentimes we make things that turn out wonderful and then we forget about them forever. And the next time we want to make them, we don't have the recipe. So try this. If you're, partaking in Thanksgiving this year and you find some good recipes, you can even just have someone explain out loud how to do it and capture it with a voice note.